Hello, welcome to this second part, to this second video showing you how to use the eSense EEGenius for neurofeedback home training. In the first video, I've shown you everything about the cables, the device, the electrodes, the cap, how to set up, everything like that. And the video ended with this setup. And now I'm going to show you how to continue turning on the device, establishing the connection to our app, setting up an account for the first time, and showing you how to use a neurofeedback training, how to do it, and how to use this software in detail. Okay, so I'm connected like that. The device is still off. And first, you need to make sure that your computer has Bluetooth available. Yeah, if you're using Windows or Mac, then you should be making sure that Bluetooth is available, is enabled. You need Bluetooth 4 low energy. This is quite old already, so you should have it in most cases. If not, if your computer does not have Bluetooth, so please have a look at the delivery content. We include a USB stick for Windows that allows to add Bluetooth to your computer, but this is only for Windows systems. Most Mac computers, I think, since many years have Bluetooth built in. You should have no problem when you are using Mac. Beside Windows and Mac, there is a new iOS app, so you can use the eSense EEGenius also on an iPad, but please only on an iPad, not an iPhone. The screen is too tiny. You need an iPad, and you need the iOS app that's also called eSense EEGenius. You find it in the App Store, and this is more or less just a browser opening our web application. Our web application is under the URL eSense-EEGenius.com. You should see the URL also here at the bottom in this video. So when you're going to this website to use the eSense EEGenius, you need to use a Google Chrome browser. Google Chrome supports Web Bluetooth, and Web Bluetooth is this new standard that we're using to connect your browser directly via Bluetooth to the eSense EEGenius. Okay, so please use the latest version of Google Chrome, either under Windows. It is okay to use Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Windows 12 when it comes out, whatever, should be no problem. We have a huge and wide compatibility. Also Linux should work if you're running Linux. Also make sure your Bluetooth is working and using Google Chrome for Linux. If you're on Mac, please also use Google Chrome. It does not work with Safari. Yeah. Also on an iPad, it does not work with Google Chrome and Safari because Apple has some limitations. So an iPad is the only exception where Google Chrome does not work. Please use our specific eSense EEGenius iOS app for that. That supports Web Bluetooth to connect the eSense EEGenius. Okay, so I think you have set up your computer, checked Bluetooth. Bluetooth is on. Start Google Chrome, and that's what I did now already. And now here, this is Google Chrome, and I'm at the website eSense-EEGenius.com, and you see this start page. The videos are here linked, so you can watch them again and again. If you want to see again how to use and set up the eSense hardware and electrodes, or use the software like this. If you need to buy more accessories to the eSense, you can click here. If you want to get a starter set and get the eSense for the first time, or you want to recommend it to someone, you can also click here. So now if you already have an account, you can log in with your existing email and password. Now I'm going to show you how to create a free account here at the top right corner. So for that, I need my keyboard, and I'm going to register a new account I call info+3. Sure, I haven't used that yet. Giving an easy password. My name, call Mindfield. Age and gender is optional. And now you need a supervisor. Always. You are supervised either by us, by Mindfield, which is the default setting, or you are supervised by someone else. In that case, you will already have received a registration link from your supervisor and use that link to register a new account. Okay? So in that case, don't do the registration like I do now. This way is only if you have no separate supervisor who is supervising you, if you're supervised by Mindfield, which is the default case and the most often used case if you just want to use the eSense EEGenius yourself, and we will take good care of you. So I'm supervised by Mindfield here, and in the rare case, if you're a supervisor yourself, you can check that here, checkbox here, and enter a password you got from us, and then you can register your account for being a supervisor yourself. But as a normal end user, do it like that. Agree to terms and conditions. Check that you are no robot. Now I need to do a little capture to prevent automatic registrations. Okay, and then create free account. Takes a few seconds. And now your account has been successfully registered. The app is switching to German now because I'm using a German browser, so you can click here on the flag to turn back to English. Now you should have received an email about your account registration, and now I'm going to log in with that just created account. And here we go. Now it says, welcome to the eSense EEGenius web app. I need to turn to English. And the first thing you need to do is please fill out this profile and billing. We want to learn a bit more about you. So please fill out the user details here like this. Currently, while doing this video, the price per training session is €0, so it's completely free to use. But this may change in the future. So that's why we are collecting your user data for billing purposes. The mobile number is optional here, so we only need your name and street and address and email address, please. After putting your details in, hit Save Changes, and then the billing tab is filled out. And now go to the profile and please complete this questionnaire. We want to learn and understand why you want to do neurofeedback training. The question is, my goals with neurofeedback training are: we have 3 main topics: awareness, relaxation, and prevention. You can always change your goals later, but by filling this out, we assign specific training protocols that perfectly suit your goals. Okay? So you can click here on one of these, then click next step, and under this main topic, awareness, you find 3 subtopics. I want a better concentration. I want to increase my attention span. I want to speed up my thinking. Let's say I want a better concentration, and hit save. Yeah. Now let's say beside this main goal, you also want to train relaxation. So you can click here, hit next step, and say, you want to calm your mind. I want to train a meditative state. I would like training to help me falling asleep and stay asleep. So these are specific study-based neurofeedback training protocols designed by these goals and topics. So let's say I want to train a meditative state and save that as well. So we have 2 here, and let's have a look at prevention. I want to prevent the decline in my mental abilities. I want to increase my mental resilience. and I would like to improve my memory. Yeah, so these are also specific training protocols you can choose and have a look. Okay. So this is the setup of an account, filling out the billing tab, filling out the survey here so that we know what your goals are. And now here you see your profile again. You can change things like this, like preferred language for communication or what you like. And you see your supervisor. This is us, EEGenius at Mindfield DE. Yeah, is on pending exception. So we will check your registration. We will accept you, and we will be able to look at your data. Yeah, this is important. We can access your training data here. You allow us to do this in our terms and conditions. We will only use your training data to optimize your training protocols if you would like us to do that. Yeah. So you can get in touch with us. You can get in contact, and we have the option as your supervisor to create new training protocols for you and to modify existing training protocols and to adjust them better to your needs. But for starting, use the included training protocols that are here chosen by the answers to this survey. So now what's missing? Of course, the connection between the sensor, the eSense EEGenius, and the software, the browser app here. So this would be the next step. You see there is this connect button here at the top. Here's again a video button where you can watch the video on how to place the cap and electrodes and everything. You can click on this info button and you see, again, this is a schematic drawings showing it. We have left ear, center, and right ear of these 3 electrodes. They are called like this in the International 1020 system. And now I need to turn on the device by hitting the black button. Whoop, it's vibrating a little bit. It's blinking now. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, it's blinking now. Yellow means it's booting, it's starting. And after you see now a solid blue electrode, you're ready to connect. And now I hit the connect button here, and the Google Chrome gives a little pop-up where I see the device, and I can hit pair, couple in German. And now it's connecting with the device, and you see it's connected instantly. The clock is counting up here, and the impedance is 9.2 kilo ohms. So this is already really good. We require the impedance to be below 20 to start, but it's green when it's below 10. It can be above 10 and below 20, then it's also okay to use, but not as perfect as possible. Yeah, so this is as perfect as possible, would be below 10. And this is really good. This is just achieved by latest electronic, latest signal processing, a little bit of natrium chloride to wetten the electrodes. And if you have more hair than I do, which is probably the case, then you may need a little bit more drops of natrium chloride. So let me show you now. I disconnect one electrode now. And you see what happens immediately is the impedance here goes up to 560 something. This is the value that appears when there's no connection at all. Like now I'm holding this electrode in my hand. So now I'm putting the electrode back on. And you see it's 8.7, even a little bit better. When you squeeze the electrode a little bit, then you do a little massage to your earlobes and you give an even better connection between this little white pads, the natrium chloride solution, the electrode in your skin. Okay. Same on the head. You can move the electrode a little bit to the side, left and right like this. And if you see it's, now it's 7.5, you see even better. So, but if you have like 30, 50 or something, what do you need to do? please put each electrode, remove each electrode just to your hand. Yeah, I show you now how to improve the impedance when it's not good enough. Remove it, hold it in. First open the bottle of natrium chloride so that you have a little bit of drops in there, yeah, like this. Hold the electrode. Maybe I can show you again with this camera here. Yeah, like this. And open up the electrode a little bit like this and apply 2-3 drops, maybe just 1 or 2 more on the electrode, okay? And then reapply the ear clip like this. You can do it with the other electrode, do it with the head electrode. It's very easy. You don't need to bend the ear clip. Just please, if you bend it, do it carefully. Apply a little bit of somewhat drops of natrium chloride, and then reapply the electrode. Yeah. For me, it's perfect. It's 7.7. This is the really good impedance. So the electrodes are fitting and having a great connection to my brain and my skin. So now I can start, and you see at the left at the menu, there's only one thing to do. There is a test screen. So I click that, and you see I have set up and connected my eSense EEGenius properly. The impedance is great, and the muscle artifacts here are also low. Let me demonstrate what happens when I bite my teeth. You see immediately the muscle artifacts go up, and this button to start a standard 4-minute test is disappearing. So please be calm. Keep in mind that the EEG is a very fragile signal. So for best results, don't move. Yeah, sit really relaxed. Keep your face and head muscles relaxed. This is now because I was talking or moving with my hands, you see, then it's not good. I can start this standard 4-minute test. You see a preview. We do this little test to get a baseline of your EEG data and later to optimize your training protocols. So you have 4 minutes here to do. With these instructions, you will see them during the test. First, you need to relax 60 seconds. Then you need to close your eyes until you hear a tone. So make sure that your speaker is active so you can hear a tone. Same here, when I bite my teeth, you see I cannot start the test because the artifacts are too high. Then please count backwards from 1,000 in steps of 7 for 1 minute. We want you to do this to generate some cognitive load. And then please be relaxed again for 60 seconds. I'm going to start this now and do this, but while I'm doing this, I pause the video. So see you in 4 minutes. You need to do this test once, and then you can start the real neurofeedback training. It's just 4 minutes, okay? So the test has been finished, and I can write a note. I just write OK. The test has been finished. You see I'm back at the test screen. I can do it again if there have been any issues. But you see now at the menu, there is a new screen that has been appeared, the training screen. So the next step after doing the test, you can always do the test again later. You can move on to the training screen. And now this is what you see. Again, is your eSense connected properly? If not, you need to do it like now. How is the signal? The impedance is great. You click here if you need some help, how to improve it, or here, some more information about the muscle artifacts. And now you see you have these trainings. I have these training protocols to select. Better concentration, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, made by Mindfield, as you see here. And meditative state, 10 minutes, 15 and 20 minutes, because these are the training protocols based on the 2 decisions I have made in the survey. You can click on this info button and you will see if you're more interested in how this training protocol is looking like that. It is a ratio training of high alpha to theta. Here again, when I talk too much or move my head too much, you see the artifacts are going up and the selection disappears because you cannot start a training when you're not having a good signal. You see, you can have a look at these training protocols and decide if, depending on the time you have, if you do 10 minutes, which is minimum amount of training, 50 minutes is a good choice, and 20 minutes as well. And then let's start. For me, I want to go for the better concentration, 10 minutes. So I'm going to start this now. 3, 2, 1, go. What's now happening is the training is starting and you see the training screen. You see your signal, which is in that case the ratio of high alpha to theta. Reward means you need to have a greater ratio, you need to have more. Yeah. And you see there is a threshold. And there was a hint at the beginning saying that the training is optimized to your daily performance. So the software is looking for a good threshold so that you have a good success. And you see now it's still searching and adjusting the threshold a little bit. And whenever you are above the threshold, yeah, this black line here, the bar is green and the video that you see here is running. Okay. What can you do? Just look at the feedback, try to keep the video running, try to keep the bar green, try to get a lot of success. Here you see the success rate in percent per minute. This is the percentage of time of the last minute that you got positive feedback. This is how neurofeedback works. It's operant conditioning. You have positive feedback when the video is running, the bar is green, and you have negative feedback when the bar is red and the video is stopping. Yeah? Many times during your training. You see, it's counting down, 10 minutes here. You can pause, but please only pause if you really need to. Try to make the training in one. You can see your artifacts here. And now I want to demonstrate to you when I move too much, the training is immediately interrupted. And when you're calm again, you see, we try to catch the artifact. We stop the session until it gets better and it continues automatically. Yeah? Also, when you remove or when an electrode is moving and giving you bad impedance, I can show you that as well. Of course, this should not happen because it does disturb the session a little bit. But now let's demonstrate. Use this electrode, I remove it. And now you see I have bad impedance. Yeah, the session is paused. I have no signal at all now. I have the electrode in my hand. It does not continue. So we avoid bad signal as best as we can. I put the electrodes on, and as soon as the signal is good again, you see countdown and the training continues. Yeah. Don't worry if that happens sometimes, that the session's interrupted due to movement artifacts. You will learn to keep calm and not to move, to have uninterrupted sessions in the end, giving you the best results and the best data quality. What else you can do? You can change here between feedback type start stop or normal slow. If you do that, then the video is not stopping as negative feedback, just slowing down. I can show you that. So when I have a red bar for a moment, then you should see that video is slowing down. The software now, after you see now, it's a little bit slower now, half speed. Whenever a session is interrupted and is continuing, then the software is looking again at the best threshold and adjusts the threshold if needed. You can skip here in the video, forward, backward, like this. Yeah. We use YouTube videos here as feedback or some other licensed videos we have. You can change the volume here. There's also music from the videos, so turn on your speaker. So you will have some music feedback as well. And that's it. And one last thing is you can change the training difficulty. When you have the feeling you want more positive feedback, then change it to easy. And if you think that you get too much positive feedback, then please change it to challenging. Yeah? So you have 3 difficulties to choose that modifies our algorithm a little bit for this training. If you stop the session before it normally ends, you will have an uncompleted session and you will not be able to use this session for analysis of your training. So please try always to have complete sessions training to the end. And I will do this now, but I will pause the video so you don't need to watch the remaining 4.5 minutes. I will now stop talking and trying to focus and concentrate the best as I can to get the best positive feedback. And whenever I get better and get more positive feedback, our software will make it a bit more difficult. So you will always be challenged in the best possible way. Your brain, I mean. And one thing, sorry, I forgot. You can use these I buttons if you like, if you don't want to watch the video, to hide elements here on the screen if you don't want to watch the bar or if you don't want to watch the oscilloscope. Yeah. So then you can modify the training screen a little bit like that. Okay, now see you in 4 minutes when the training has stopped. Okay, here we are back and the training has been finished. I also can write a note, training okay. And the session is saved, stored to our cloud. And you're back at the training screen and you can do another training if you like by just clicking the button and starting another training. Just to summarize, each of these training protocols are specifically designed to improve your brainwave activity correlates to this desired behavior. So there are brainwave correlates correlated to concentration and focus, to relaxation, to speed of thinking, to some brainwave that are sleep related. And all these brainwave correlates are trained here with these protocols so that more of the desired brainwaves are rewarded by positive feedback and less of these brainwaves, or if you have less, then you get negative feedback and don't get a reward. So this is operant conditioning to shape your brain for a better setup of these. And this has been proven in many studies. Neurofeedback works in general by this principle, and we're using this for home training. Now you see the menu at the side is again, click here, then you see it constantly, is again bigger. We have the tests, the profile again, you see, you can change your goals anytime, then you have different trainings to choose from the training screen. You can do the test again. And if you go to analysis now, you see there is this one recording I just did. And I get a thumb up because that means I got a positive trend. It's no surprise because at the end where I paused this video, I was focusing and concentrating concentrating myself on this feedback. So yes, I got a good rating as I got a positive trend to the end of improving the brain waves that have been trained during this training. You can select one training or more if you have, and then go to analysis. And then you see this protocol a little bit more in detail here. And you see this is the progress we have. And you can export that. You can change the average for that. This is the better average here on this, giving the positive trend. I think there's not a lot more to say for this first training. If you have more, then if there are more trainings, I will explain a little bit more details about the session analysis in another video. This should be just for starting. So what you should do is now train, train, and train. Yeah, to get your training effect, to get positive results from the training, you need to train at least once a week, twice a week. Yeah, this is the absolute minimum. You can train once a day, you can train every 2 days. This is totally fine. 3 times a week is also a very good schedule. Do this. Try with 10 minutes, 50 minutes, 20 minutes. These training protocols differ a little bit, not from the main goal, but from the video, for example, you see. And then you can do a better analysis. We can do a better analysis if you would like us to do that. There will be some upcoming options here for a professional analysis of your data by us or by some other supervisor. And at the end, there is this dashboard. Well, in English, you see now this is your training progress. I have only the test and the first training, so these are 2 total trainings, and you see that I need to have 5 for being a junior brain, and then for Einstein I need at least 50 trainings. And here you can collect badges to your profile by training time. You see here the activity feed. If you want, you can turn on the email notification that you get notified via email when you've done a new training, or you get an email if a new training is, for example, assigned to your account by your supervisor, by us or by another one, if you want that. And so you have a great overview here about your trainings. Okay, this should be it for the demonstration of the eSense EEGenius, how to use the software for the first time. If you have any questions, whenever, feel free to ask, to mail us. I'm looking forward for you, for your trainings, for your results. I will create some more videos about more details of neurofeedback training, some more advanced tips, also for supervisors. If you are a professional neurofeedback user and would like to use the eSense EEGenius, would like to become a supervisor, please contact us. And there is an additional video for supervisors which is not public, where you see all the supervisor functions, where you can create your own neurofeedback sessions for your clients, very individual, with your custom videos, with your custom training protocols, custom analysis. And also you have the option of a remote live neurofeedback training, where you can do real-time control of the training screen of your client, change thresholds, protocols, etc. So one last thing to mention here, how to disconnect the eSense. You just hit the button disconnect here if you want to end the training. Then you take the eSense and hit the black button for a couple seconds until you have a second vibration, and then it gets red and vibrates again, turns off. Then you just remove the electrodes carefully from the cap, from your ears. Remove the cap, charge the device if needed, and you can just keep the electrodes connected to the cables. I would ask you to remove the white pads, wash them if needed for the next use, and then let the electrodes dry. Clean them also with water, but then they need to dry again really good. Every like 5 to 10 measurements, you should also clean the electrodes so that you don't have too much salt aggregated on the surface of the electrodes. This is it for disconnection and for ending your training for today. Thank you very much.